Hey friend, welcome back to Made for More. I'm Penelope, and I'm so glad you're here today. Take a breath, settle in, because this episode is one I think we all need. Last week, we talked about calling in confidence and the beautiful truth that God qualifies the call. Today, we're going a layer deeper. Today, we're talking about obedience, especially when it feels inconvenient. Let's be honest. Obedience sounds beautiful until it costs us something. It's easy to say, yes, Lord, when the timing is perfect, when life is calm, when everything lines up. But what about the moments when God nudges you right in the middle of your busy season, right when you feel unprepared, right when you are already stretched thin? Obedience rarely shows up at the convenient time, and that's exactly why it stretches us. There's this myth we quietly believe: if it's God, it will feel easy. But the truth is, obedience often feels uncomfortable before it feels rewarding. It stretches our trust before it strengthens our confidence. God isn't trying to overwhelm you, He's trying to grow you. Let's look at Peter for a moment. He stepped out of the boat in the middle of a storm, not on a calm day, not when the water was still, not when it made sense. Jesus called him in the chaos, and Peter obeyed, not because the timing was convenient, but because the voice was familiar. Sometimes God calls you in the storm because he wants you to learn his voice above the noise. Let's name the real reasons obedience feels inconvenient: fear of the unknown, fear of disappointing others, fear of losing control, fear of stepping into something bigger than you. Obedience exposes our trust level, not our talent level, and that's why it feels so vulnerable. So, how do we obey when it feels inconvenient? First, start small. Obedience is a step, not a leap. Two, name the resistance. Say out loud what's holding you back. Fear loses power when it's exposed. Three, invite God into the discomfort. You were never meant to obey alone. Four, choose one tiny act of obedience this week. Not 10, just one. Obedience grows through practice, not perfection. I want to give you a moment to reflect. What has God been nudging you to do? What have you been avoiding because the timing feels inconvenient? What would obedience look like in the next 48 hours? Write it down, say it out loud, bring it to God. Friend, you are capable of obedience even when it feels uncomfortable. God equips what He calls, and that includes your next step. If this episode encouraged you, share with someone who needs the reminder that obedience doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. And next week, we're talking about clarity, confusion, and how to hear God's voice when everything feels noisy. Until then, remember, you were made for more.